Welcome to the Bureau's long-range forecast for May to July 2024. First, let's look at recent conditions. April rainfall was above average across parts of northern and eastern Australia. In early April, some areas of Sydney and the Illawarra had flooding after 200 to 300 millimetres of rainfall in 2 days. In contrast, large parts of the country had below average April rainfall, especially in the far southwest. South Australia's rainfall was the 8th lowest on record. Since October, there has been above average rainfall for much of the north this wet season. 4 tropical cyclones crossed our northern coastline, and other monsoonal activity also brought heavy rainfall. April was warmer than usual around most coastlines and much of Tasmania. Some areas had their warmest April on record, including parts of far north Queensland and coastal Western Australia. In contrast, it was cooler than average for a large area inland and into the south. Soil moisture this month has been above average across large areas of the north and east, but below average in some southern areas, especially in Western Australia and South Australia. At the end of the northern wet season, most water storages in the north are full. Some storages in the south are lower than this time last year, including the southwest coast at around 35%. The long-range forecast for the months ahead shows most of Australia is likely to receive lower than average rainfall during May. This may not be so noticeable in northern Australia, where rainfall from May to July is generally less than 25 millimetres. Historically, most other areas have between 10 and 200 millimetres of rainfall during May, so this forecast shows the likelihood that rainfall may be less than usual for this time of year. However, the forecast for June rainfall looks very different to May. The forecast shifts towards some areas having an increased chance of more rainfall than usual in June. Large areas have no strong wet or dry signal and have roughly an equal chance of above or below median June rainfall. The typical range of rainfall for this time of year may be the best guide for these areas. Near median to high stream flow is likely for most forecast locations until June. However, low flow is likely for most sites in Tasmania and in the southwest. While the months are getting cooler, there is still a high chance of above median temperatures across the country from May to July. Let's look at some of the recent influences on our climate. The significant warmth in the oceans continues to be a major feature of the current global climate. Ocean temperatures have been at record high levels continuously since last April. The Bureau will continue to monitor sea surface temperatures in the Australian region as they have a large influence on our climate. In the Pacific Ocean, the El Niño Southern Oscillation has returned to neutral conditions, neither El Niño nor La Niña. In summary, the forecast shows rainfall is likely to be less than usual in May. There's a chance for above average rainfall for some areas in June, and higher than usual temperatures are likely for May to July. You can follow the long-range forecast on the Bureau's website. It's updated regularly with the latest guidance for the weeks and months ahead. You can also select your location on the maps to see more details for your area. Bye for now.